Our man who has been on traffic, that is Kimani Mbugua, has been following the proceedings or the issues on the roads. And of course, today you are not lucky to see him on air. He tells me that he was involved in a situation. Maybe you can tell us what really happened that you didn't have on air.
Well, Sam, it's unfortunate that this happened this morning, and I'm really sad that this happened. The fact that it actually is happening. We had these issues before. So this what happened. It was around 12 minutes past 6 in the morning. We were about to do our fast traffic link in the CBD, and there was an incident where the city hall has banned motorbikes from the CBD, and so at this particular incident there were, I think, city council police officers who were arresting this person who was bringing the motorbike to the CBD. This is at around just a stretch between Koja Mosque and Tomboya Street, and that particular intersection. And what was happening there is that there was a scuffle between the officers, the city officers arresting Askaris, arresting the motorbike operator, and also it became an altercation where the motorbike operator actually started, still revving the engine when the motorbike was down and the officer was down. So somebody was about to get their leg in between the motorbike. So I thought, well, this is an incident. This is something that maybe if you get on camera, this is what happens when they're trying to arrest motorbike operators within the CBD. So I whipped out my phone and started recording because I was waiting for my cameraman. I was some Danny and my driver Kibet were on their way to the CBD to find me there. So this particular person who just identified themselves as an Askari, roughed me up. They took my phone when I was recording and they took me to fire station. This is the fire station at Tomboya Street. They took me inside there in just behind in the building, and find myself. I told them I'm a journalist and I'm just in the process of doing my job. And they said, okay, fine. I have the audio of what happened. I'm going to release it later. I don't know if we have it now, but
we'll get it shortly.
We'll get it shortly. But this particular audio, what I happened to do is I was recording the video, but then when the officer took my phone, stopped recording the video did record of the altercation between the motorbike operator and the Askaris arresting him. But then this particular Askari who arrested me, he took me by the left hand, and then he took my phone. But by the time he took my phone, I had already started recording the audio of the arrest, because he said, I asked, at that particular point, he hadn't said if I'm under arrest, which is basically due process. It's supposed to tell you you're under arrest and you're being arrested for this particular offense. And this particular person did not do that. They took me directly inside the fire station. Apparently, there's a place where they take people there, and the person who was arrested with the motorbike we were both taken to that particular place. And I told them I'm a journalist and I was doing my job. But this particular man, I don't know where he came from, just started slapping me against the wall, banging my head against the mesh.
An Askari or who now?
He didn't. It's only one person who identified themselves as an Askari.
How are they dressed?
They were dressed in plain clothes. They were not in official police uniform, which I could, it's hard to tell if it's a police officer. But what I know for sure afterwards is that they were not police officers from the police unit, from the National Police Service. It seems like they were just county Askaris. And also what happened is, I was really assaulted and I was bleeding. In fact, you can see my shirt. There's a lot of blood stains on my shirt and my coat. So there was a lot of blood in the process, of the assault that happened. It took about 15 minutes for them to, still harassing me, still slapping me. They took my work badge. They took my media council badge. I showed them everything: my media council badge, my royal media badge, everything. I identified myself fully. They still went on. Until at some point, one of them, took me behind at the stands, and they realized, okay, he's actually a journalist and he's actually doing his job. So took me to the fire station bathrooms, told me, just freshen up. and do
the same
yeah, the same guys who were assaulting me. So the same guys who were assaulting me realized that I was actually doing my job and this was actually part of my job. And so they took me off to the fire station bathrooms. And that's where now this guy started telling me, you know, just freshen up, you know, we just trying to do our job, you know, trying to negotiate with me. He took my phone. He was still having a lot of confidence, you know, telling me you shouldn't be doing this, you shouldn't be recording this, you shouldn't be recording us arresting these people. So he took my phone. He actually forced me to put a fingerprint on my phone, so he could delete the video that I had recorded earlier of the altercation between the officers and this particular motorbike operator. So that's when he deleted the video and also deleted some other pictures I had taken in the process of everything, and then he gave me back my phone. And so I asked him that, you said I was under arrest, so can you take me to Central Police Station? Because that's the closest police station. It's just right at Koja. It's just around the stage, the Walokana stage. Sure. The 118 stage. So that's where it happened. So I told him to take me to Central Police Station. If that was the case, then if I was under arrest, then take me to a police station, because that's a due process, and tell me what crime I am being booked for. He didn't do that. He said, you know what, I don't want to take you to the police station, whatever. You know, that's how it ended. Just told me to go. So immediately after that...
So do you even know their identities? Do you know their names?
No, they did not identify themselves. They didn't tell me their names. I remember one of them flashed a card across my face, but he was already slapping me. So
but you can identify them if they are paraded?
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Then, yeah.
Okay, I want us to listen to the audio, because I understand that it's ready. It's been sent by... Fred. Okay. We'll be trying to trace it as soon as we can, so that we can play it on air. But even as this incident was happening, and they tell you to clean up so that you can leave. So when you guys were parting ways, what was the agreement like?
It was confusion. It was confusion because I wanted them to take me to a police station, because it's your right as a Kenyan, as a Kenyan citizen. When you're under arrest, you should be taken to a police station, and the police officer who has arrested you should tell you if you're, for example, these are offenses. It happens every time, and I wasn't resisting arrest. I did not resist arrest at any point. It is at the point where I identified myself as a journalist, and you'll hear in this particular audio that's going to play here that it's at that point when I identified myself as a journalist and they knew that I had already documented what they were doing. That's the point when they started assaulting me. That's the point where they started telling me, you know what, we don't fear you, with trying to talk me down into harass me and all. In this particular audio you're going to hear, this is at the point when I realized that I couldn't...
Let's listen to it. I understand we have it now.
Okay.
Really? I really see. Journalist kitu gani? Leta yeye hapa. Si vitu kama ndio tunaomba tumalize. Leta yeye hapa. Ana yako wapi kwanza hapa? Keti hapa na nini? Huyu jamaa anaona kazi tumejileta kazi. Keti chini na nini? Keti chini leta simu. Leta hiyo simu.
No, I'm not giving you my phone.
Leta simu. Leta simu. Leta simu na nini? Utaumia? Leta simu. Utaumia. Atupembelezi nyinyi. Atuwapembelezi. Leta simu. Leta simu na nini?
Nakwambia leta simu atuwapembelezi. Kama ni journalist. Utaenda?
Leta simu na nini? Utaumia. Kama wewe mwenyewe unanyamaza, wewe ni nani wewe?
Na uchukue hizo picha sasa. Saa hii. Hapa, mbavu. Leta simu.
Unaona kazi nimejituma.
Well, that's a bit of it, and yeah, from what I can hear, it just speaks of violence. I'm just wondering.
Yeah, it was a violent incident. I'd say that it was a violent incident. I can see a part of my eye is red. So what happened at that particular point? He asked me to give him my phone, and I told him, okay, I'm not going to give you my phone because I don't know if you're about to rob me, or if you're a police officer, then why are you asking for my phone? You're supposed to take me to a police station, and I'm supposed to leave. When you go to a police station, you're supposed to leave your belongings. You leave your belt and one of your shoes. They have a safe where they keep it. So that's where you're supposed to leave your personal effects. And this particular person was asking me for my phone, and I wasn't at a police station, so I didn't feel like my phone was safe with them. And so he grabbed my phone, and then, in fact, you can hear from there, that's when he slapped my face on the mesh. And in fact, I didn't give him my phone. He actually took it. That's when he slapped my face on the mesh and continued assaulting me afterwards. You can hear from them, they actually knew, because I identified myself as a journalist, and they said, you know, you're a journalist, we don't fear you. And then the assault went on afterwards. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So sorry about that particular incident. I'm sure once you're able to get, once you get medical attention, you'll be in a position to report the matter to the police?
Well, I have already.
You've been treated?
Yes, I've already gone to Nairobi Hospital. I've been there. I've done the basic checkups and everything. I already recorded a statement at Central Police Station, and the police officers at Central were very helpful, because in fact every morning when we're doing traffic, you know, we do a coordination between the police, because sometimes it's hard to know where everything is happening. So in fact, when I went to the station, they were like, okay, wait, they thought I had been robbed, because you know, my jacket had blood, my shirt had blood all over. Right. And I recorded a statement with them. So I already have the statement, I already have the medical checkup and the medical report. Okay. So from here now, we'll see what happens.
We hope you get justice, and we'll do what we can to ensure that. Just someone writing to us and says, so sorry, Kimani, just go to the reset deleted documents, then you will get the video. That's Johnson Abuto. It says that you can recover the video and the pictures that they may have deleted. Someone says that those the officers who the Inspector General wants to leave with us, Hokai Mbali, Josephine Makweni, Kimani indicated that these are not police officers from the National Police Service.
They're not from the National Police Service.
City Askaris as they appear. So thank you so much, and sorry for that incident. We hope that we'll be in a position to follow through until justice is gotten.